A warm welcome to everybody, and particularly to the people who received Jukai yesterday. It was a very touching ceremony where the virtual real and the real virtual merged. For people received Jukai in the room as well as across space. Now today, let's have a quick look at something that comes every now and then. This idea that the bare practice of Shikantaza is enough. That we don't necessarily need all these religious things, these traditions, these complicated rituals, and even more so, they might be detrimental to the growth of the Dharma in the West. Well, my late first teacher, Taisen Deshimaru, used to say, if you take away the Kesa, and if you take away the Hayashingyo and the Sampai from our practice, then you merely turn it into gymnastics and a sort of well-being technique. And that's really what I feel. It is true that in America, I think it's Tony Parker, is it? Anyway, some teachers, female and male, Joko Beck did, drop the robes, drop the rituals, and just kept a very bare and simple practice. But even Joko Beck carried on the tradition of Dharma transmission with its ritual. So you see, it's not a complete let's get rid of it. And there's some rakusu and there's some kesa, so even if Joko didn't wear the robe daily, it was still part of her life. But I mean, some go much further than that and get rid of the whole lot. What happens then? Well, let's have a look at it. When we welcome a beginner in a zendo, in a dojo, we instruct the guy or the girl to enter the place with the left foot, to go out with the right foot. We instruct on doing gasho and so forth. So there's a lot of rituals and things, bowing at the zafu, bowing at the statue, bowing at the other practitioners. And, well, it's very religious, and you've got sometimes this incense burning, and it brings back memories, children's memories of church and things that might not always be very pleasant. Well, the point, you see, is not to be pleasant. The point is to handle over a tradition without letting go of very important elements at its core. And why are these things important? Well, to cut a long story short, and to be extremely direct and straight, the religious dimension of Zen, it's compassion. It is compassion at its best, active compassion. Let me give you a few examples. What might be perceived as just bowing to an idol is actually bowing to all sentient beings, and beyond the picture of sentient beings is to bowing for bowing. We're not bowing for anybody. It's totally free. The greatest compassion of all. Love without being minding about it. It's just just bow. And the way we do gasho is to say, well, this left, this right, the body, the mind are one. Yeah. But the gasho is also, you and me are one. The world and myself are one. And it is to experience within the body, without the reality of the body-mind, this absolute reality. So to start with, bowing, gasho, doing this and that might appear exotic, might appear too much, not necessary. But if you drop it, you end up often having philosophical or psychological discussions in circles that would actually, as I wrote before, stand for the loss of ritual, the loss of this togetherness, acting compassion. I have no doubt about the fact, and Jundo is totally, well, agrees with me 100%, we have no doubt that in the process of this transmission of Zen to the West, things will be dropped. But things won't be dropped because we want to drop them, because we don't like them, because it's time to change and chuck that rubbish. Because of a very smooth, natural, dynamic change. Things got changed and transformed from India to China, the same with from China to Japan, and it's still already, it's now before our eyes and it's in our hands. Things are slightly changing. You know, tree leaf is a major changement. It's a major something absolutely unheard about in the history of Zen. And there'll be many more changes to come. Life is changing all the time. Wow, that's exciting. Okay. That's really it. So, if you beg to give up these forms, think twice about it. And I would strongly recommend you to practice them without questioning them, but just practice them with all your heart, or your body and mind. And then because you practice them, you get a complete, a total, an absolute, a living understanding of them. And then from that point of view, you may or not drop them. Your choice. For instance, I was trained quite strictly in the tradition, and I dropped some elements. But, well, I've been practicing 35 years now. It's not long, I know, but I feel now it's time to simplify some stuff. So I simplify. I just, okay, make simple. But I keep certain things that I think are very important. The Heart Sutra in Japanese, for instance. I keep some other chanting, I keep bowing, I keep gasho. But I'm a bit less rigid about left foot, right foot, bow there, bow this, and just. But in the last retreat I was a bit lenient and because it was the first time and I didn't want to make a military camp. But gradually people will get used to it and naturally find out what to keep and what not to keep. Anyway, these are a few humble thoughts about the nature, the very nature of the ritual, which is not an exotic wrapping, but the display of compassion. When in Jukai Otokudo, the ancestors are invited, and all sentient beings and all the Buddhas in the room, or in a space, well, it is real. It connects you to a lineage that goes from past to future, from future to past. Why not? It connects you and us to all space and all things in space. well, with these very clumsy thoughts, because I can't express them that cleverly. Anyway, I'll let you practice well and do your sewing, sit, shave your head if you can, and if you can't, it's okay. Take care. Bye-bye.